Release and Let Go Tarot Spread Pick a Deck Reading. I'm YQ from Tarot Singapore Online, and I'm here today because I have some friends who are going through like tough times, and I thought that it would be fun to do a tarot reading for you guys if you're also going through times where you're just not feeling like 100% positive, and then there's some like negative feelings around. At first, I thought about just doing like a pick a pile reading, but I felt that pick a piles are sometimes too rushed, and then sometimes there's isn't really a goal with the reading. It's more like what's happening in the card. So I thought that we should let me see if we do have sound
Like
now.
what's happening.
Yeah, perfect. We have sound. I thought we didn't have sound, but hey. So we are going to be using Biddy Tarot's Release and Let Go Tarot spread, which is here on the left and right. And what I like about this spread is that, let me just make this bigger and my face come here. What I like about this spread is that the negative side of things, or like the past, is actually on the bottom while slowly we work it up. So it's kind of like whatever is like making us sad is down there, and we have the opportunities to grow. So if you're making any tarot spreads, I think that's a nice layout for you guys. But then I'm gonna read from Biddy Tarot's website why she came up the spread. So she said that she had been going through like a negative moments, and then if only there was a way I could easily and effortlessly release and let go as soon as I felt that wave of negative energy run through me. So she created the spread. The main idea with the release and let go tarot spread is to first shine a light on the negative feelings, so the ones at the bottom, negative feelings that exist now. By doing this, we give it a name and we bring it up big. We then focus on how we can release and let go, rising above the situation, and eventually what good will come out of it, and what new beginnings can be created to bring positivity back into our lives. And she mentioned that this is one of the rare tarot spreads where you can do when you are just like feeling not so good, because sometimes we're feeling emotional when we're doing tarot spreads. It does affect it a bit. We are sort of like clouded by the negative emotions. So for this one, because there is like analyzing what is not working well to bring back what will be going well. So I think it's a really cool spread as well. And then what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna jump to tabletop. I don't mean jump, I mean I'm gonna physically maneuver this camera and do some clicking around to make this thing work. But it's just technology. I love this. All right, so we're gonna jump this. Oh yeah, so today we're gonna be using two decks. One is the Golden Botticelli Tarot, which is will be first, and then we are also gonna be using the Kawaii Tarot. So there's a big contrast between these two. One of them feels a lot more emo, one of them feels a lot more cheerful. But if you're just starting out reading tarot, I probably wouldn't recommend a Kawaii Tarot, even though it's super cute, because it is a pip only deck, which means that there's no pictures when it comes to minor arcana, and that can be a bit difficult for beginners. So I'm just gonna put all the food containers where I put all my cards at the side so that we can do the reading. So I'm just gonna wait up. Just gonna put this down. And I really hope that the sound is working because it'll be super awkward if it doesn't. But yeah, so oops, messy tables. Oops. You know what? I'm human. I have like zero Virgo-ness in me. So we're just gonna, let me just come to this and flip the camera. Voila! So now we have like a tiny space for our reading. I'm just gonna make this smaller. So hopefully, when you're watching this, you can actually make it bigger, because it would be super awkward if it's so small. So we are gonna start with the Golden Botticelli Tarot first, and then the Kawaii Tarot later. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm also going to timestamp it after this live is done, because it's a live, I can't really tell when things are happening. So we're gonna start with the Golden Botticelli Tarot. I really like this deck because it is super bling and shiny, guys. You can see it, right? So I'm hoping it can be picked up with a camera, or else yeah, or else it'll be just like, what's happening? But okay. So I'm just also going to show you what I do during tarot reading, so that you can, like, if you are a beginner learner and just want to know what happens during a reading, is that if I have a spread like this, I would just, okay, I'm now going to go to Facebook and then just see if my voice is working in the videos. So I'm just going to go down, Facebook, camera, oh, voila, perfect. So, according to the video.
So I'm just also gonna show you what I do.
It seems to be pretty blurred when I'm streaming now, because it could be because that my internet isn't working that well. But on my end, it does look pretty okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna shuffle it, and then I'm gonna look through all the questions that the tarot spread will be talking about, and then if cards fall out, just pick it up and put it back in. But if cards fall out in a jumper card style, I will leave it up there. But since there's none, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick the cards one by one. We are not gonna open them up yet, because I find that if I open them up too soon, it distracts me from the actual reading. So card one is what am I feeling right now? Let's put this here first. Card two is why am I feeling so strong? So if you do feel connected to this deck, you can just read this reading. If not, you can jump to the Kawaii Tarot. And then how can I release this feeling? And then number four is what is this feeling transforming into? I like the transforming part because it gives us more like say in what is happening to us. How can I rise above it? Perfect. It'll be here. And then what is my new beginning? Cool. What is my new beginning? And the last one would be what have I learned? Okay, so if you're going through a tough time, just watch this video and hopefully it resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate, it's okay. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. That's what my deal is. Okay, and since I don't do reversals, I'm just gonna put whatever is reversed upright because that's just what I do. Yeah, so I hope you can see how bling it is, the golden Botticelli tarot. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is what am I feeling right now? So this is the Empress. So even though the Empress is usually like a very loving loving kind of card, but for the golden Botticelli tarot, I've seen her so many times. The only thing that I can think of when I see of her is not like a caring mother but a tiger mom. So it's kind of like, what am I feeling right now? I just think that you are feeling kind of harsh on yourself. You are feeling that you should be like the perfect child, the perfect person, but why is it not happening? And then you are just also beating yourself up with a rod, that because you feel like I'm not doing that well, that's why like I need to hit myself to like, maybe it's like, is it like self-flagellation kind of situation? So and then this is card, oh wait, this is card number two. Why am I feeling it so strong? So justice is about what is right or wrong. So I think that because um I think that your sense of right or wrong could be like a bit wonky. You feel that maybe what you've been doing wrong is a lot heavier than what you've been doing right, but you may be judging yourself not on a scale that's actually honest or balanced, but a scale that leans more towards where you don't want to see it. And this, because she's like having a scale, I do see it also as you are judging yourself compared to other people. So you are using them as a benchmark, as like what is right to compare yourself. But then the problem is that we don't really see like the 100% of another person's life anyway. So you could be that you are feeling that, oh my gosh, I should be doing something right, but then why is it not happening? And then you're comparing yourself to other people's Instagram like perfect life, while you feel that why is my life
You
not
are
as
judging yourself
uh
compared to other people.
why is my life not as fabulous as what other people's are? So don't judge yourself so hard, okay? And then now we're going to look at the third card, which is how can I release this feeling? So these two, like the two that we've seen, which is like the tiger mom, and then also the judging yourself too harshly, this is how can I release it. So the King of Swords is someone who's very logical, and then so instead of being emotional about, oh my gosh, I'm like not comparing enough to other people, about, oh my gosh, I should be a better person, think logically. Think, use logic. What have you done right? Just celebrate what you have done right, versus like trying to like be too emotional about like whether you're doing it right or wrong. So be more logical, be more rational about what it is that you're actually doing right, okay? And then now we're going to look at what is this feeling transforming into? So you're feeling negative, I'm sorry about that, but then what is it transforming into? It's transforming into the Knight of Wands. So Knight of Wands is someone who is very passionate, and then they also like like to run into things, to doing things. So I do see that even though currently you just feel maybe lethargic, you just feel sadness, I think that once you're able to logically see that you are actually doing pretty well, you will be able to grab that enthusiasm, grab that energy and action taking to actually make things happen. So because also admit that if you're going through like a really tough time, that sometimes maybe you just need a doctor, who can like diagnose you and maybe give you medication to help it out. But I'm not a doctor, so I'm not able to help. But at least I see that once you are able to go through this phase, I wouldn't call it phase either, but go through this emotional season, you will be able to get more enthusiasm about your life. So I'm really hoping that you're able to like be more logical and rational about it and be able to walk through this, because how can you rise above it? So the emperor, right? The emperor is like he is in control of his life. He is in control of tap tap. Focus, 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 camera, focus. Is it focusing? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be focusing. But anyway, so the emperor, he is the king. He is like, he rules everything that is within him. So I do see that how can you rise above is you need to be the logical thing, as also logic comes back in, and then also feel powerful. Even though you might not feel powerful, you are powerful. You are probably, I wouldn't say very much, but you are the best version that you are in this whole journey, because you have learned so many things. Even if you are in a funk, you have learned so much lessons from your past that you are able to use it wisely. You are able to become the king of your own kingdom, the emperor of your own kingdom, to rise above all of this and use the knowledge that you have had in the past, okay? So I trust that. I'm just hoping that you can do this. What is my new beginning? So your new beginning is Eight of Wands, so it's good. So Eight of Wands is about like energy and then like doing things fast and then being able to like shoot arrows at people. But it's more like you, once you're able to cross this sadness, once you're able to look past it, or even get help, you are able to take action. So I'm just seeing that there is a light at the end of this tunnel. And then what have I learned? The stars is really about like the future is bright, even though it doesn't seem like it, even though it's just like a tiny glimmer. Know that the future is bright for you, okay? So what have you learned from all of this hardship is that you will be able to transcend all of this. You will be able to use the lessons that you learned and become a better person, and to use this to build a better future for yourself, okay? So this is the Golden Botticelli Tarot, which is so bling that I'm sorry if you're not able to see it, but we're just going to put this away and we're going to jump into the Kawaii Tarot. So hopefully if you have jumped straight to the Kawaii Tarot here, welcome. It might also be fun for you to go back to see what the cards are with the Golden Botticelli Tarot, because maybe there are some lessons that you are able to learn from there. So if you have picked this deck, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So I just think that if you have like you felt that this deck calls out to you and then you jump right here, this is for you, okay? This is a message for you. So we're gonna first pick the cards. So while shuffling, I was thinking, I want to do a reading for this release and let go spread, release and let go spread, and then yeah, we're ready. So what am I feeling right now? So we're just gonna put the card according to the numbers on the left. And then why am I feeling it so strong? So it's going to be here. And how can I release this feeling? And then we're going to do, what is this feeling transforming into? And then we are going to do, how can I rise above this? And then what is my new beginning? And what have I learned? So sorry it slipped down, but I mentioned in the previous video as well is that sometimes we do need professional help. So tarot is not a substitute for professional help. If you feel that you really have been going through a really tough time, you might just need to see a doctor, and then they might be able to diagnose you, or they might be able to help you out, okay? Oh, I love this. So I was mentioning that I don't do reversals. So if the cards are reversed, I'm just going to put them on right. So for example, this is reverse, I'm gonna put them on right, and this is cool. This is cool. I pretty much like this, what we're seeing here. Eee, so bright. Okay, What am I feeling right now? Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is about emotions, and then there are new feelings developing inside you. So it could be a negative feeling, it could be a positive feeling, but there's something new that's popping up inside you. It could be that if you're going through a negative phase, it could be that this negative feeling is something that is new to you. So Ace of Cups is about new feelings. And I'm reminded about the movie Inside Out, where it's just like you can't just keep having happy all the time. You need to have a, a balanced emotion because, once you are able to see that happy plus sad equals a good memory, it might be something cool to, explore as well. Then we're going to look at card number two, which is why am I feeling it so strongly? Eight of Cups. I see these two cups. So these two are cups. It's kind of like what I'm seeing here based on these two is that there's new feelings coming, and then why are you feeling it so strongly? I think the new feelings is coming up because you feel that you have abandoned something in the past. So the Eight of Cups really is about like leaving something in the past to go for something better in the future. But then some people might see as you running away from things or might see it as you not being able to follow up or finish things. But when reality, what's happening is that that the old situation is not serving you anymore, that you need to walk away from all of it so that you can pursue something that will be better for you in the long run. So good for you if you're doing that, okay? So how can I release this feeling? Nine of Swords. So Nine of Swords, Swords is about logic, intellect, and it's really about like not being very emo about things. It's being like very intellectual about things. So Knight of Swords is telling me that you need to take out your intellect, take out your rationality, and just because the knights they've learned a lesson, so take the lessons that you have learned and really just go through this period by like just like rationalizing it away. I wouldn't say it that way. Why am I saying it that way? But it's more like being able to use your rationality and see that whatever you felt that you have left is actually for the better good that you're walking away from it. So be rational about it. Don't be too like nostalgic about it. Don't be too like, oh, everyone's like commenting on it, so that's why I should follow what they say. But in reality, you should follow what your rationality says here. And usually I'm one to tell you that you should follow intuition, but the cards here really says that your intuition might be clouded by all your emo-ness. That's why you're not listening to it. So you need to pull back your mind to listen to that. So we are looking at card number four, which is what is this feeling transforming into? Is this a cup? I think this is a cup. What's happening here? There's so many different cups. So I do love this. So it's a story that's coming up, okay? And I love so if you're reading tarot for the first time or you're reading tarot and just like you can't really get things, here's something really cool, okay? So we have one cup here, we have eight cups here. We plus all these cups equal nine of cups. And the nine of cups is really about like emotional satisfaction where you are feeling that on your own you are able to conquer things and you are able to be emotionally satisfied and fulfilled. And what I love about this particular reading itself is because that there's a new emotions coming, you feel like you're giving up on something, but actually these two, when you add it up, it's about emotional satisfaction. So yes, you are going through a tough time. Yes, you are feeling that you are giving up on things, but I think this is really going to lead to something really, really even better where you just feel that you're emotionally satisfied. So just wait it through, just like be logical about things, and you will be able to walk past all of it and be emotionally satisfied. I love this card. Now we're going to write number five is how can I rise above? High Priestess. So there's a contradiction here now. So High Priestess is telling us to talk to our intuition. And then this is talking about the logical side. But I did mention that because of the emo-ness, you might not be in touch with your intuition that much. So the High Priestess is really telling us to like just shut down whatever negative things you are telling yourself, but and then tap into your intuition, tap into the inner voice inside of you who is always telling you to do the right thing, who is always kind, always like they don't judge you. Our inner voice is like some people call it spirit guides, but I call it the inner voice, inner guidance slash intuition. They are someone who's like for your higher good, and then someone who is it's not someone, it's just yourself actually, who is just like in tune with the universe, in tune with what is really inside your heart. So How can I rise above? Just tap into your intuition and they will tell you that you are doing well. You are loved, okay? Just know that you are loved because sometimes when we are in a negative space, we're not able to see that. And the High Priestess is really telling us, I don't know, now I'm like being emotional about this. The High Priestess is telling us that tapping your intuition and then the inner voice that's able to tell you that you are loved will be good. Sorry, I'm like fucking crying over this. Princess card. Oh gosh, I also did have a beer right before this, so I think it might also be the beer. But yeah, fucking full moon Aquarius, huh? Emotional detachment just like running to me like a train wreck. What is my new beginning? I love this card as well. It's about King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is really about like being able to be materially satisfied at the highest level. So I think once you're able to walk through all of this, like the negative side, and once you're able to tap in your intuition, you'll be able to have clarity and chase after the material side of things that maybe it's something that you actually want, okay? It's good for you. It's just like your new beginning would be the King of Pentacles, which is perfect because the King of Pentacles is someone who is like material wealth and then like material comfort. They're very up there and then like they are also high up on the society as well. And if this is something you chase, no judgment at all, because sometimes spiritual people are like, you need to be spiritual, you can't touch money. But no, if this is what you want, go for it, okay? And what have you learned? So you I also love this card. It's about like you will learn after all these things that you need to be the one who's cutting through all your bullshit, okay? Nine of Swords, logic, and then Ace of Swords. It's like a big fat knife coming over and cutting out whatever negative feelings you have about yourself, and then just be like, after you've gone through all of this, I know that you will be able to like reach the emotional satisfaction that you really need. So I'm just gonna put my face here because basically, I usually don't cry, during readings and stuff. But then, the cards just made me feel like crying. So no, it's just me. I'm emo sometimes. But I really do hope that these two readings are able to help you. If you just only watch one, just go back and watch the other one. Maybe it's gonna help you, okay? So I just really hope that you get to have the best whatever you have, and yeah, you are able to go through whatever tough times is happening. Yeah, and then I will see you guys next time as well. So this is YQ from Tarot Singapore Online. I will see you. Bye.